Let's talk Dorman basketball. And we back. Welcome back to the second season of the Get Buckets podcast, powered by Holiday Basketball. I'm your host, Musa Marathi. I know we highlighted Riverside High School the other day, but I feel like it's about time we shine some light on Dorman High School. Really putting it on right now, sitting at 11-1 record with their only loss coming to a top 3 school in the nation, Grayson High School out of Georgia. They've really been doing their thing this year. And I would say they haven't played a crazy schedule for Dorman standards. Dorman usually playing schools like Oak Hill, but regardless, they've been making it happen. They beat a very good Teohana team, who I still believe is one of the better teams in 5A. They beat a very good Riverside team who, like I talked about the other day, very good team as well. So they are still playing really good teams, and they are handling business. This team I've watched twice now. I watched them last Saturday as well as yesterday against Jailman High School, or 2 days ago when this comes out. But they are like a machine, and they are very unselfish team, and they play together. The game I watched them against Jailman, they were actually missing 2 of their senior leaders, being Christian Andrews and Kristen Gentry. So just them being able to play without those guys and still come out with a big win is great to see. I noticed that everyone plays their role. I'm going to name some names in a little bit, but everyone plays their role to the best of their abilities. And they have a great team defense, whether it be man-to-man or zone. They play very good team defense, and they rebound the ball very well. They do have a relatively bigger team, but even their guards out there rebounding the ball very well. And I feel like that's one thing I think that really stands out. They rebound the ball really well, and they play really good defense, talk a lot. And I want to highlight some players. Obviously the main guys, Kristen Andrews, Kristen Gentry, I feel like I talk about them a good amount. They're 2 senior leaders. Didn't get to watch them against Jailman, but I feel like they're the 2 guys that get talked about the most. But the quote unquote other guys are who I really want to talk about. One guy that played really well both times I watched him, Keenan Arcega Whiteside, man. This guy right here, I would almost say he's like the glue guy for their team, but really just an energy guy for them. I got to see him yesterday catch a body in the game, which was really good to see. I believe he had 3 dunks in this game, and it really turned up the team. This man was making play after play all game. And one thing I really noticed about him is his defense as well. Although he is good on the offensive end, his defense is really stellar. And I was saying he's like Anthony Davis out there, just holds it down for them. Another guy I want to talk about is Peyton Brazil, who's their starting point guard for them, or at least yesterday, since they had their senior guards out. And I think he handled the pressure well. He's really good on defense as well, really pesky defender, only a sophomore. So to handle his composure throughout the game was really great to see. And I thought he played really well, finding his teammates and, scoring when need be, getting to the free throw line at will, and played a really solid game. Next guy I want to talk about, Brayson Burns. This is another one of their seniors. He's been in the program, I believe varsity. This is his 2nd year, but another guy that just plays with a ton of energy. He can really get up, honestly. He makes the right plays. I saw him make several really good passes, very unselfish player, and really takes pride in hustle. Really just makes those hustle plays, and it's always good to see. Kason Gilliam, this is one of the guys early in the game. I'm like, I need to talk about him on the pod. I can't lie. Need to talk about him. Kason, I believe he's a junior. Really just a hard-nosed big for them, and one of their bigs that holds down the paint for them. And I don't believe he might have been on varsity last year, but this is his real opportunity he's gotten, and he's taken advantage of it fully. And I really like his game as well. Can finish around the rim, and just a consistent player all around. Will Bush, his counterpart, only a sophomore, but another big for them. And that's why I say their team is relatively big, because, when you got Will Bush, Kason Gilliam, and Keenan all on the court at the same time, that covers a lot of space. And I see that causes teams to really get frustrated on the offensive end because of all this height that Dorman possesses. But Will Bush, another guy, I would almost say a stretch big. He likes to shoot a few jumpers, but he can hit it. He can hit it on occasion for sure, and he's not scared to shoot it. But really like his energy, and I feel like he's gonna be an integral role for them in the future, not just this year, but in the future as well. Another guy came off the bench, but I believe he's a sophomore. Yeah, sophomore. Carter Williams, class of 26 player, came in the game, hit a few big threes, made some really big plays down the stretch. And honestly, I mean, maybe he might not feel like it, but he kind of reminds me a little bit of Christian Gentry, just the way he plays. Very smooth with the rock and a really smooth game. He's been like that since even middle school though, so definitely knew he was going to make an impact. But great to see him out there, especially coming off of an injury from last year. So really good games from Carter that I've seen. And then the last player that I knew nothing about until this game, Jaden McNeil. This guy played with a ton of energy, hit some big shots down the stretch. His rebounding skills for his height is impeccable as well. Just a really good hustle player for them. And I think he's another, I would almost say glue guy, but just an energy player for them. And he's going to do what the coach needs. And this is where I believe he's showing off Dorman culture. If there's one thing Dorman will show, I don't care who's on the court, they're going to play with energy. And that's what I think Coach Ryan has installed in his players. Just to play with energy regardless of who's on the court. Okay, we're missing our two seniors. We still going to make it happen. We're still going to get the job done. And that's what they were able to show, even with a younger team. I don't even believe, besides Brayson yesterday, I don't even know if they had a senior on the court. So this is a great team wins they've been having, and great just to see overall. They're still rocking out in 5A, and I'm very excited to see how they do in region. But with all that said, best of luck to Dorman the rest of the way, and can't wait to see how they do going into region. Really excited for that Burns-Dorman game, always. But thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.